In the last class, we learned about equivalent focal length of two thin lenses separated by distance d, and then we found the equivalent focal length f is equals to f1 multiplied by f2 divided by f2 plus f1 minus d. So this was the effective focal length for the two thin lenses which are separated by distance d. So in this section we are going to learn about the cardinal points of two coaxial optical system of two thin lenses separated by distance. So again in this case we are going to consider two thin lenses which are again separated by finite distance. So in the previous lectures we learned about the cardinal points and the different types of cardinal points that are possible if you have the optical system. So in this case again we have two lenses, so then if there are two lenses then again we'll have two principal points and two focal points. So while learning the important points for the cardinal points, we learned that if the medium on either side of the lenses and also between the lenses is air, the nodal points will coincide with the principal point. So this we learned in our previous lecture. So here in this case we'll have four cardinal points. So that is A, two principal points, B, two focal points. So what we are considering here is, or what we are assuming here is, the medium between the two lenses is air and medium on either side of the lenses is again air. So at that case the nodal point will coincide with the principal points. So hence we will have only four possible cardinal points. So that is two principal points and two focal points. So to understand this, let us draw the diagram that we have already drawn in deriving the effective focal length of two thin lenses which are separated by distance d. So in that case what we had two thin lenses. So there is a principal axis that is passing through the center of the lens L1. So there is an incident ray PA and MN be the principal axis. So this incident ray will get refracted and falls on the principal axis at a point F2 prime. So this is the refracted ray. Now what we'll do is we'll keep the another lens. Let's suppose this lens be L2. So you have lens L2. So for this lens L2, this ray AB will be incident ray, and after refraction this ray falls at a point F2. So the next thing what we did was we extended the incident ray and we also extended the refracted ray of the second lens, and these two rays appeared to meet at a point A2 And if you draw the plane which is perpendicular to the A2 and this plane intersects the principal axis at a point H2. So this H2 is the second principal of the two thin lenses. So H2 is the second principal point and the plane which crosses the principal axis at a point H2 is the second principal plane. So now we have to measure what is the distance of the second principal point, that is H2 from L2. So that is, we have to measure the H2 L2 distance. Before that, we need to understand the angle of deviation for the incident ray. So that is delta 1. And angle of deviation for the emergent ray is what? Delta 2. So these two angles are opposite angles. So I can write this as again as delta 2. And this is the overall angle of deviation for the incident ray PA. So that is delta. So in the last class we have seen the exterior angle delta is equals to the sum of interior angles delta 1 and delta 2. So this height from here to L1 is H1. So from here to L2 is H2. And the distance from here to F2 is F1. And the distance between two thin lenses is D. So the distance between L1 and F2 prime is F1 and distance between two thin lenses is D. So this basic diagram we already learnt in our last lecture. So let me draw this perpendicular line. Let us call this as point M and this as point E. And if we extend this more, then we will get another point, that is G. So we have PA, E2, EM, G in a line. So with this diagram, now we have to find what is the distance for or the position of second principal point. So the second principal point from the second lens is what? Is L2H2. So this is the distance L2H2. So from the diagram you can see AE is equals to L2H2 and AE has an angle delta. So now if you consider the triangle, so BEA2, so imagine there is a perpendicular line from E to B. So if you consider the triangle BEA2, so from that triangle you can write tan delta is equals to what? So delta is BE by AE2. So from this you can write A2E is equals to what? BE divided by tan delta. But from the figure you know AE is equals to L2H2. So L2H2 is equals to A2E, which is equals to BE tan delta. So this you got from the diagram. So now you have BE here. So to know the distance of BE, let us consider a triangle AEB. So consider triangle AEB. So from that you can write the angle delta 1 or tan of delta 1 will be equals to what? BE divided by AE divided by AE. So you need what? You need BE. So BE is equals to AE tan of delta 1. So you got the value for BE. Substitute this BE in equation L2H2. What you will get? You will get AE tan delta 1 divided by tan of delta. So this is for L2H2. So now, let me write this L2H2 again. AE tan delta 1 is equals to tan of delta. So tan delta is for overall deviation for the incident ray PA after getting refracted from both the lenses, and delta 1 is the angle of refraction for the lens L1. So you got L2H2. L2H2 is the what? It is the distance of the second principal point or the position of second principal point. So now from the diagram, if you observe, delta 1 and delta 2 are very small in comparison to the delta. So from that I can write this equation as d delta 1 divided by delta. So why delta d1? Because the angles delta 1 and delta 2 are very small in comparison to delta. So now let us replace this delta 1 with another term. So for that, consider a triangle AGF2 prime. So you have a triangle AGF2 prime with the angle delta 1. Since we have delta 1 here, we are considering this triangle AGF2 prime. So with this, I can write d delta 1 from triangle, which triangle? AGF2 prime, F2 prime, AGF2 prime. So from that I can write d delta prime is equals to GF2 prime divided by AG. So you have the value of d delta prime here. So if you substitute this equation here, then what you will get? You will get d of GF2 prime divided by AG. This is not d delta, this is tan of delta 1. So tan of delta 1 is what? GF2 prime divided by AG. So if you substitute GF2 prime AG in delta 1, then you will get L2H2. So before that, let us write for delta as well. So to write delta, so here is the angle delta. Then which triangle you have to consider? So for delta angle, you have to consider A2M F2. So from triangle A2MF. So you can write tan of delta is equals to F2M divided by MA2. So this you got from considering the two triangles. So let us substitute both this in equation L2H2. So if you write L2H2 will be what? D of GF2 prime divided by AG and whole divided by delta is what? F2 m divided by A2m. So you have the equation for L2H2 here. Now let us substitute what are GF2 and F2m. So from the diagram, if you see, GF2 is height h1. So these two lines are parallel. So the distance between these two lines will be constant at all the points. So AL1 is equals to GF2. So from that, the distance between GF2 is h1 and AG is equals to L1 F2 prime. So AG will have the value F1. So this again a parallel line. Now you have F2m. So this again has the distance h1 and what left? So that is A2m. A2m is unknown to us, but A2m can be written as H2F2. So H2 is the second principal point. So with the diagram we can write A2m as a H2F2. So from the diagram it is clear that GF2 prime is H1, MF2 is H1, A2m is H2F2 and AG is F. So let us substitute all this in an equation. So which is equals to D H1 by F1 whole divided by H1, that is divided by H2 F2. This here we wrote it by considering the diagram or by observing the figure ray diagram which we have drawn. So we got D H1 divided by F1 whole divided by H1 divided by H2 F2. So if you rewrite this equation by cancelling the terms which are cancelable, then you will get H2 F2 multiplied by, so H1 will goes off, D by F1. So you have L2 H2 is equals to H2 F2 multiplied by D by F1. But H2 F2 is known as a focal length of equivalent lens. So if you observe from the figure, H2 F2 can be given as the equivalent focal length for the lens. So after refraction, the image is forming at F2. So if you keep the lens, equivalent lens at a point A2, then this incident ray will get refracted from the equivalent lens and forms the image at F2. Since this ray of light is parallel to the principal axis, then this point can be considered as a focal point. Then the distance from the center of lens to F2 will be the focal length. Here, since we are keeping the equivalent lens, this distance can be said as focal length of equivalent lens. Hope this is clear. Since the emergent ray and the incident rays are meeting at a point A2, so this point at A2 we are placing the equivalent lens for these two lenses. Since the incident ray on the equivalent lens is parallel to the principal axis, the image or the rays will converge at the focal point. So this focal point can be considered as the focal point of the equivalent lens which we have kept at a point A2. So with that knowledge, I can write H2 F2 is equals to F. So where F is focal length of equivalent lens. So this you understood from the figure that we have drawn. So let us substitute this in an equation of L2H2. So L2H2 is equals to H2F2 multiplied by D by F1. So H2F2 is equivalent focal length multiplied by D by F1. So in this figure, if you observe, the second principal point is left of the lens L2. So from the sign convention, we can take this as a negative. Since H2 is placing at the left of L2, so the distance of the second principal plane L2 will be negative. So let us write that here. So minus f d by f1. So this we got by considering the sign convention that we have already learned in the earlier classes. So this is L2H2. So this can also be written as alpha 2. Alpha 2 is equals to f d by f1. So alpha 2 is the position of second principal point of the two lenses which are kept coaxially and which are separated by a distance d. So f is the equivalent focal length, d is the separation distance between two thin lenses, and f1 is what? Focal length or focal distance of the lens L1. So we learned the position of second principal point. Now let us see what is the position of second focal point. So from the figure, F2 is the second principal focus. So F2, which is here, is the second principal focus of the combination. So for position of second principal point, we have taken alpha 2, and position of second focal point, we are considering the beta 2. Beta 2 is the distance of second principal focus from the second lens L2. So this is the second principal focus from the lens L2. So for this, what will be the equation? So beta 2 will be equals to L2 F2. So beta 2 is what? Beta 2 is the distance of second principal focus. So that is given by L2 F2. So this distance can be obtained by subtracting H2 L2 from the overall distance H2 F2. So H2 F2 minus H2 L2 will give you what? L2 F2. So let us write that in equation form. So beta 2 is equals to L2 F2. So from figure, L2 F2 is equals to what? H2 F2 minus L2 H2. So beta 2 is equals to H2 F2 minus L2 H2. So we know what is H2 F2. So H2 F2 can be given by capital F, where F is the focal length of equivalent lengths. But L2H2 is again known to us. What is L2H2? L2H2 is F d by F1. Substitute these two in the equation. So we know that H2F2 is equals to F and L2H2 is equals to F d by F1. So since we are considering the second lens, we can write this as F2. So if you substitute this in beta 2 will be what? F minus Fd by F2. So if you take F as common, what remains is 1 minus d by F2. So beta 2 is equals to F multiplied by 1 minus d by F2. So this is the position of second focal point. So we have derived the position of second focal point by considering the L2 H2 and H2 F2 that we have got in finding the position of second principal point. So with the diagram we derived the alpha 2 and beta 2. Alpha 2 is the position of second principal point and beta 2 is the position of second focal point. So principal point and focal point is done, and now next we have to find the first or the position of first principal point and the position of first focal point. If the ray diagram is clear to you all, then you can easily derive the position of the principal points or the focal points that are asked. So in this class we have learned the position of second principal point, that is L2 H2, this we have denoted as alpha 2, and the position of second focal point L2 F2, this we denoted by beta 2. So the derivation is done with the help of this ray diagram, wherein two lenses are separated by a distance d.